Charlie Christian by Karen Guzman. Jazz electric guitarist. Charlie Christian was born July 29, 1916, in Bullhan, Texas. He was taught music by his father, Clarence Henry Christian, and his mother, Willie Mae. Played the piano. His siblings, Edward and Clarence, both played instruments as well. In the early 1920s, Charlie went to school in Douglas and had an extensive music program he was in. He was able to practice the amplifier electric guitar. He took lessons from his father. When Charlie was 12, he inherited his father's instruments when his father died. He went to high school in Oklahoma City, where he took band class playing the trumpet. In 1929, he gained interest in the guitar through early jazz influences like tenor saxophonist Lester Young. When he arrived to Kansas City, he was a huge fan and had a strong effect on Charlie Christian. Charlie's first performance as a guitarist was at the age of 14. In 1930, he took solos on Rose Rome, Sweet Georgia Brown, and Tea for Two. Charlie's career path. How he became interested in the music industry. Career path. Charlie studied guitar with Ralph Bigfoot Chuck Hamilton in 1933. He learned to read music with basic music theory. He learned with his friend T-Bone Walker, who also studied with Hamilton. During time, Hamilton would let them play shows learning the bass and guitar, alternating learning together. In 1934, he secured his first professional music job with Alfonso Tent Band as a bassist. He was able to tour, playing as a venues in Kansas City, Fort Worth, Dallas, Tulsa, and Little Rock. He was able to play with the Jolly Jugglers. His brother Edward was in this band. They were able to tour the Southwest with Anna Mae Winburn Orchestra, also with Jeter Pilar's Orchestra, Delta Blue Players, as well as Western Swing Band, which were very popular at the time. Career choices. In 1937, he met Count Basie's guitarist Eddie Durham while Charlie was playing the piano in Oklahoma City. Charlie was in love with the electric guitar and took some pointers from Durham. Charlie bought his first guitar Gibson E7 150 and began to assemble his horn-like approach. In 1938, Charlie was touring with Alfonso Tent stepped as an electric guitarist and worked at the Dome in Bismarck, North Dakota. Jazz guitarist Mary Osborne saw him playing and recalled the most startling thing she's ever heard. She recalled Christian played Django Reinhardt's difficult St. Louis blues, then later evolved into tune like Benny Goodman's 7 Come 11 and Gone with the Wind. Local stores displayed Gibson E7 150 guitar with a sign saying as featured by Charlie Christian. By now he was a regional hero. The process. Charlie does everything in his power to become the greatest electric guitarist. Charlie, the famous electric guitarist. In 1939, John Hammond, impresario and producer of jazz and blues, became aware of Charlie Christian because Mary Lou Williams, John Hammond arranged a fortuitous auditions in LA for swing clarinetist Benny Goodman, who needed an electric guitarist as an ensemble instrument. Charlie played amplified and ripped guitar behind T42 and further dubbed him an impossible rube. Hammett then seeked Christian into the bandstand for an impromptu jam session with Benny Goodman Quinton at the Victor Hugo restaurant. The group played an extended jam on Rose Room. Christian matched Goodman's riff for riff and improvised over 20 courses. Charlie got hired on the spot with a pay of $150 a week. He was hired to play Benny Goodman's sextet and moved to New York. Tour continues. In 1939, Charlie's influential recordings began. He recorded extensively with the Goodman Sextet, Orchestra, and Septet, also with the Lionel Hampton Orchestra, and participated in the historical Grange Hall Jazz Concert and Spiritual to Swing. These seasonal marked for the formal genesis of modern jazz guitar. Charlie had performances on pieces such as Air Mail Special, Honeysuckle Rose, Solo Flight. Christian became one of the biggest names of the swing era. He pushed the musical industry further. In 1940, in Harlem, he was a part of the Millennium at Milton Playhouse. Charlie foreshadowed the arrival of bebop item along with the early luminaries of the genre Dizzy Gillespie, Thelonious Monk, and Kenny Clarke. He also had to purchase an amplifier to keep on the premises for his guitar after hour jams. Charlie's severe health conditions. Charlie's health problems. Charlie had respiratory problems his entire life and was unwilling to slow down his intensive lifestyle he had. Since he didn't take care of his health, he succumbed to tuberculosis. Charlie Christian died on March 2, 1942. Christian's goal to produce a copious body of material that till this day is being used and altered the courses of music, even if he lived a short life of 26 years, but made a huge impact in the world, even after his passing.